What is going on, my beautiful D.D.D fam? It's your boy Brendan, aka Drip, aka GG, Galaxy God, back with another video. In today's video, we obviously got that long-awaited combo tutorial discussion video that I promised you guys if y'all got 30 likes on, that we would do. And here it is. You deliver, now I deliver. I appreciate you so much for destroying that like button and all that. Before we get into this, please destroy the like button on this video as well. Check out the description for all the ways to support me. All my links are down there. Patreon, Discord, Twitter, merch store. Get you some Galaxy House merch to match this beautiful deck. And also, what I feel like I'm missing. I don't know. I'll talk about it later if I find anything. But let's go ahead and get into this video, guys. See you in the first combo. Test. All right, here we are with test hand number 1. Hopefully, I shuffled them enough and everything. Make sure we got all good. Remember, all this is going to be uninterrupted combo test hands. Photon Dragon. That card's sticky to my hand. It will never leave. All right, this hand offensively is very good at going first. Remember, this is going to be a discussion video too, so the video might be kind of longer. I do apologize. What I would do is obviously hold the Sanctuary. Start with Soldier because it baits hand traps. By pitching Galaxy's Photon Dragon for cost. Let me rearrange everything, make sure we have enough view. Zoom out just a little bit. There we go. All right, now we'll search. Remember, you want to try to play around as much hand traps as possible. So save your better cards for last in that regard, which in this case, we didn't really have a better option, but this still baits hand traps because we could still play through it because we had talents and everything too. So you always want to try to play your better cards last. But Soldier to search. We'll search Wizard. Okay. Now we'll summon Vanisher. Yes, this kind of plays into Nib harder, but it's okay. By the time they get a chance to nib us, we'll have recursion. Search the Photon Dragon. All right. Now, what I would do is I would normal summon the Wizard. This is summon 3. Tribute to search. This is where you go get instant access to your Galaxy 100. Activate said 100. Now, if you're trying to play around Nib, this is where you'd play around Nib. Because we have 2 different ways to play around Nib right now. We have the Sanctuary because we can make Bujinki Ashima because we have 8 in hand and 8 in grave, so we can still make Lord after Nib. But this is another way we can play through Nib. We activate 100. Okay. I'm going to put my hand over here. Activate 100. This is where we dump the new boy. Dump Jumper. Okay. Jumper's effect will add us a Galaxy or Photon spell or trap. 9 times out of 10, this is where you grab Trance. This is why I said in the profile video that this card is very important now and becomes a combo piece and not just an OTK button. And this is also where you get access to the other name that you don't have. Burn for 2K, summon Jumper, and now you're going to go get the other name that we don't have. Since we search Wizard, we need to get access to Summoner. So this is where we go get Summoner. Wherever she is, hiding out. Alright, Special Summoner, reminder their effects are negated. Now, you will overlay into your Galaxy Photon Dragon. Detach the one that you haven't used its effect yet. So detach the Summoner so we can get it with Soul Flare. To dump from deck or add from deck to hand. We're pretty set up hand-wise for the most part. So this is where I would dump the Emperor to get the additional normal summon, obviously. Always the next card. Dump the Emperor. Emperor's effect will summon itself. Now, what you can do is link the Photon Dragon and the Emperor and the Soldier off into the Soul Flare. Soul Flare effect will add back the Summoner to our hand, okay? Make sure we're all still in frame here. We're good, we're good, we're good. Now what we can do is we can normal summon the Summoner for our additional normal summon. We have a couple of things we can target here. There's not much else we could, well, let me see. I would grab the wizard. I think. Da, 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 da. No. Grab the jumper. I'm sorry. Grab the jumper. I would grab the jumper. Now I would take the summoner. No. Take the vanisher and the jumper to make our blast. Because, like I said in the deck profile, you always want to make blast kind of with jumper because you get additional pluses on your opponent's turn always when you detach a summon Photon Dragon. Since he was summoned, his own summon effect allows a special summon a Photon Dragon from hand. That's another reason why Vanisher is so important because you see, we had a Photon Dragon in hand at the beginning, but we also needed another one to extend with later on down the road. So that's why like having two in early to mid combo, as long as you have combo, isn't bad. So now we can play the number 90. Okay, make sure it's still in frame. All right, 90. Now, what we can do, I think that might be it. That might be it. Yes. And then on your opponent's turn, what this hand gives you, since you have follow up, you want to search interruption. So on your opponent's standby phase, if they don't have any priorities, you will search the Photon Dragon. So now what this provides on your opponent's turn is a pop with the Photon Dragon and Soul Flare, and the gate and pop with number 90, and then you will detach this on your opponent's standby phase if they don't have nothing to summon back the Photon Dragon. And now you can banish one or banish one from their extra deck, or summon a number monster. And then now you can search even more follow up. What I would search here would be your cleric because there's no real extra like interruption you can add off of that. So now, by the way, when you detached off of Lord, if it wasn't on the field, if the card wasn't on the field or in the hand, I would probably detach this because I wouldn't worry about destroying. So, like if the card was in the graveyard and you were negating it from the graveyard, I would detach Emperor to get an additional level 8. So you have two level 8s ready to rock and roll for next turn. But if it was in hand or graveyard or hand or field, then I would detach the Photon Dragon so you can destroy it. You just have to be aware of that too. But that's what this hand provides. Granted, it kind of sucks leaving the summoner out in the open like that, but it's it's all right. We still had enough interruptions, and even if they break our board, we have plethora of follow up. Even if they activate a hand trap during our first turn, we had tactics to rip one from hand or keep playing and extending. So we have plays for days. Let's go ahead and get on to combo number 2. All right, here we are, combo number 2. One thing to note is with all these new cards that we got between Photon Hyper Nova and the Battle Legend, aka Jumper, a lot of the deck going first functions by going through Wizard and Summoner, basically. So that's one thing to note. Granted, we can still do all of our old shenanigans we used to, but we like to prioritize that combo that I just showed you, kind of, sort of. Granted, it can go farther than that. It's just you have to open better. That was just a mid-range hand. Um, I'm telling you, man, things were so sticky. All right. See, this hand is terrible besides this card, which I'm kind of glad that I got this because now I can show you how much advantage this card gives you. Let's put our hand down here. We'll activate Foolish. This is a better going second hand. But yes, now you can see how much advantage Foolish Burial gives you. Send Jumper. Jumper effect. Grab the trance. Activate said trance. Summon the Jumper. Now we kind of need wizard here instead of summoner, so we'll add. We'll summon the wizard. Okay. Now we will overlay these two into the photon dragon. Detach the one that you have not used yet, which is the wizard. Now we can add or dump. I think we kind of need to add here instead of dumping because we don't have we don't have enough names in hand. So in this case, we can add the soldier because we need more searching. just to get drolled. Activate Sanctuary. Get ourselves 2 gorgeous tokens. Link those tokens off into Soul Flare. Soul Flare effect. Add back the wizard. This is where Trance becomes basically an E-Telly. It's just more steps. Normal summon said wizard. Tribute. And what I would search off of this would be the card that a lot of people probably would have dumped off of Dragon instead of adding the soldier. I'll add the Emperor to get an additional normal summon. Now I would send the Emperor off of that. Now you can manipulate your chain links to play around Ash or any other hand trap. Chain link 1 soldier, chain link 2 Emperor. Summon. And now we'll search. We'll search the Summoner, obviously, because it's the second best normal summon in the deck. Add the Summoner. Normal summon the Summoner. Now we would bring back the Wizard. Make sure we're all still in frame here. We're good. We're Gucci flip-flops. Now you can use the said Summoner to target the Soldier to become a level 4. And then you'll use the Wizard to increase its... you can increase its a level by 4. If you want to play around Nib, even though if you want to get Nibbed, you would have already gotten Nibbed. Okay. Now what we can do is make this a 4 and make that. Now, granted, your jumper is on your Photon Dragon, so it's kind of unfortunate, but it's okay. You still got full combo. So, moral of the story, when I said in the deck profile how Foolish Barrel is a 1.5 card combo, we literally had Foolish and Sanctuary, and we went full combo. This is the new full combo. The only thing that's different is Jumper would be on Blast, and we would have access to 100. But the fact that we opened terribly and had Foolish and an Extender in the form of Sanctuary, it could have been any card. It could have been Vanisher, and it would have got us there. Moral of the story, we had Foolish and an Extender. We still ended with 3 cards in hand, which, crazy enough, 2 of them are hand traps. Could be detrimental to whatever, like, it depends on what archetype you're playing against. With a protection from your old board being protection from targeting effects, so no imperm, no runic cards, no nothing, and destruction protection. So you have a negate. I would probably search. I know normally I say search a follow-up if you don't have it, but unless they have kaijus, they're not going to really out this board, so I would risk it for the biscuit and search a Photon Dragon to pop to get more interruption, because sometimes this board is not going to be enough. You're just a sitting duck without protection. Or if you really didn't, you think your hand traps are going to go in enough, I would search follow-up, which in this case would be your other copy of either Sanctuary, probably. It's all depends on what your personal preference is. Now, to come to think of it, I'll probably search the follow-up, because since I had 2 hand traps in hand. So, but yes, this is what I was referencing in the deck profile. The fact that Foolish Burial is absolutely nuts now with the new cards that we got. So, yes, this is basically the full combo besides what I mentioned. But let's go ahead and move on to test 10 number 3. All right, here we are at test 10 number 3. The moral story, the thing I want to show you guys is how this deck is like consistent. And yes, you can still brick. Every deck can still brick it. That's just part of the game, part of Yu-Gi-Oh! But I want to show you my tech pieces, and like I did with the Foolish Burial and the last combo, that it can get you there. I'll see what we get on this one. Hey, there we go. Hey, there you go. That's literally it again. All right. That's pretty much it again. Almost the same thing. But let's go ahead and play it out, just in case you want to watch it again. Foolish Burial. This hand's actually better than the last combo hand because we have Expedition, which is going to get us a lot further and a lot more advantage. Send the Jumper. Jumper effect. Add Trance. Activate said Trance. Get the Jumper. Get the Wizard. Okay. Now we make the Photon Dragon. Detach the one you haven't used yet. In this case, I would probably Foolish. I would go ahead and Foolish the Emperor here, since we have the Expedition. Emperor effect to summon. Activate Expedition. Expedition effect to summon the Soldier. Soldier effect to add the Summoner. Okay. Now, what I would do is activate Sanctuary. Get 2 gorgeous tokens. I'm going to put my graveyard over here. Probably out of frame, but it's fine. Then link those 2 gorgeous tokens off into Soul Flare. Soul Flare to add back the Wizard, because we still have 2 normal summons we haven't used yet. All this is coming off of Foolish Burial. I want to remind you that again. And a Sanctuary. Now, what you can do is normal summon. Effect to make it a 8. And even if they nibbed you here, you're still fine because of Summoner. You can end on something. Now, what you can do, you won't really get much plussing because you don't have any names in Graveyard. But you can still get to Starliege. Normal summon. Effect to make it a 4. Overlay. And then make Blast. If you had a Photon in hand, you'd be a lot better off. But, yeah. Basically the same thing. The hands haven't been as good as I wanted them to be, but still, at least you get to see how far Foolish Burial will basically get you. Just drawing one of those is just unlucky. But let's go ahead and get on to the next combo. I'm also only showing you guys going first combos because I don't think I need to show you what to do going second. The deck pretty much does what it does going second at OTKs. I just want to show you how to get to the end board going first, basically. So let's go ahead and give this a cut and see where we're going. Alright. Ash, Orbital, Wizard, Cleric. This hand is really busted. Besides the Cleric, I wish I wouldn't have seen it, but it's fine. Summon. Tribute to Search. Most of the time, people would probably search Emperor or something like that. I want to plus harder because you always want to refill your hand. And the best way to refill your hand in this kind of game state is to add Vanisher. So now you will special summon said Vanisher. Vanisher will go get Photon Dragon. Add the Photon Dragon. So now we plussed in board presence and hand presence, and now we got a free discard for Soldier. Pitch the Soldier. Summon the pitch the Photon Dragon. Summon the Soldier. Soldier effect to go add the Summoner. Tribute to add the 100. Add the 100. Okay. Now we will activate the 100. Foolishing. Interesting. I don't know if I want to dump the Emperor first. Probably if you're playing around Nib, or trying to play through Nib, that is, I would go ahead and dump the Emperor first instead of the Jumper. Summon. Now, what we can do is play into Nib and hope they don't have it with this hand. Effect to, we can either summon back the Photon Dragon if you want to, or if you want to get an additional search, you can summon the Wizard. Depends if you want to rip more out of their extra deck. I would summon Photon Dragon here, honestly. I'd probably go ahead and summon Photon Dragon. So, because I want to show you how you can rip multiple times. Rip one out of their X deck because you summon Photon Dragon. Now, you will make the Lord. Okay. Summoner to make this a 4. Just cause you want to make it a 4 because him being a 5 doesn't do nothing. Now you make the Photon Dragon. Okay. Now you can detach the summoner. Now we foolish the jumper. It's probably a better thing if you were playing around Nib, you would have probably dumped the jumper first for the Emperor, but because you could have got Trance and then you, yeah. But either way, I think it was hard to play around Nib that with that hand. But we're still in full combo. Jumper effects. Even if they nibbed you, you had Cleric in hand for follow up to recycle everything. Granted, if they didn't OTK you though, but it's fine. Activate Trance. Target the jumper. And thinking, sorry. Wizard. Effects are negated. Now you can make probably leave wizard. I would make with the blast, so the make blast with Vanisher, so you can have the banishment and the effect. Sadly, we don't have a photon in hand, or we'll be gassed out right now. Now you have two options. You can keep this like this, which is probably what I would do instead of Soul Flare. The reason being is because he will be left wide open with no protection, and they can out him and then just out him. But the pop doesn't really matter right now because the reason why is because you're going to have a negate with Ash Blossom, and then you're also going to rip another one out of their extra deck with Blast, and then you're going to have a negate and search a follow up. So you're going to search double follow up with these two, with the jumper and this, and have an Ash Blossom, an Omni negate, and another rip of the extra deck. As long as you rip the proper one the first time, the second one completely could hinder their entire combo. Because not a lot of people are running doubles of anything anymore because of Mindhacker being gone. So there's that. Um, so you'll have a plethora of follow up, and this is in defense position, so you're fine. But that's it for that combo. Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and do one more, and that will probably be it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. All right, here we are in the final test hand. Another thing too, I know it's been a while, and the video is probably way far down there. If any of you guys want to see me do the Zeus combo line that I made a couple of years back. If you're wanting me to teach you guys it, just let me know and I can make that happen. I can just make a separate video dedicated to Zeus and Cleric, basically. Let's go ahead and get into this test hand, the final test hand. Hopefully it doesn't get us all bricked up. All right, we are litty fitty. Go trade in. All right. This is what I was talking about by worst case scenario, this being an additional starter. Yes, we still have Soldier in hand, but it's fine. In the deck profile, how this was a starter. So you do Orbital, Brave, Effect, Target, just try to bait something. If they don't know your deck, they'll blindly shotgun Imperms or Veilers. Equip, Tribute to Search. This will go get Vanisher, again, because it pluses from the hand and field. Grab the Vanisher, special set Vanisher. Banisher would get us another Photon Dragon in hand, which is going to be a free discard for our soldier. Discard summon. Now we can go search the wizard because we need access to our Galaxy 100 and all that to turbo out the rest. Just to be able, because we want to be able to rip cards from the extra deck for free, basically. So we'll grab the wizard. Normal summon a wizard. Tribute. Add the 100. Activate the 100. Trying to play around or through Nib. This is where we would dump the jumper. Jumper will add the trance because we want to play through Nib if they have it. Now these are fours. We'll take these two into this. Detach this to add or foolish. I'm thinking. Probably grab Sanctuary here, potentially. I was thinking Sanctuary or Expedition, but I want to get in. I want to be able to try to get to Soul Flare. Now what we can do is Orbital Tribute, search for Summoner. Okay. Now go Sanctuary, make 2 tokens, link it off into Soul Flare. Soul Flare effect, add back the orbital to have a photon in hand, worst case. Now we can normal summon. Wait. We'll go trance first. We'll go trance because we might run out of room. Trance, targeting the Photon Dragon, and then the Afterglow from deck. XC into Lord. Now we will go Summoner, bring back the Jumper, and then this is full combo. This is literally. I'm glad I got to do it on the last hand. Let's see. Go here into this. And you could special summon Orbital, but you don't need to. Now you're going to equip the Orbital to this, so it can be destroyed by battle. So he's like a 2,700 attack right now. Can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. And then your entire board. So you have this. You can either on your opponent's turn, you'll rip one out of their extra deck, and you can either search a follow up. I'd probably search a follow up because you have draw. Some way or form, someone's going to play in the draw. Or if you didn't want to add follow up, you want to add a pop because you have follow up off of this, and you'll have follow up off of Jumper when you detach it, especially on Photon Dragon. That works too. I would probably do that just because I'm ballsy and I like living life on the edge sometimes with this deck. So I would search Photon Dragon, yada yada yada. Search Photon Dragon, not Soldier, Photon Dragon, and then pitch to pop, detach to summon said Photon Dragon back, rip one from their extra deck. Then use that to search out another Sanctuary for guaranteed follow-up. Jumper search Sanctuary. And then this is your hand. And then you have a negate and destroy off of this. And then you will have a follow-up in the form of Orbital. This is just a straggler because we got to plus an additional. We got to plus harder because our hand was kind of cracked. But yeah, that's it for the combo tutorial. I hope you learned something from this. It's basically streamlined. It's trying to get to this board every time in the form of, if you recognize, we're cycling through Wizard, Soldier, and Summoner. Those are basically the 3 powerhouses that can get you to this board. This is the best board that we can make going first. Now, there are some ways that if you prioritize the level 8s, you won't probably have this or this, one of these two. You probably won't have this one. You won't get additional search, but you'll have number 38 on board. You can prioritize 8s instead of 4s and get to that. And you'll end like this, but this would be this. Granted, it would have not 4s attached to it, but you get my drift. It'll be this, which is very optimal and possible too, with like something else in hand. But this is very achievable too. So just keep that in mind. You don't always have to do the same one every time. You can prioritize 8s and get to there with this too. But with that being said, that's going to be it for the video. If you have any further questions, even if it's like questions trying to get to Hope Harbinger, I can help you with that. I can talk you through it and coach you through it. But with that being said, that's it for the video. Check out hit the like button. Check out the description for all the ways to support me. If you want any coaching when it comes to this deck, if you're new to the deck or new to the game, check out my Patreon. I do coaching down there with all the stuff that I know, and you can just pick my brain even further. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I love you guys so much. It's your boy Brennan, aka Drip, aka GG Galaxy God. Checking out. Until next time, good dilemma, guys. Love you. Peace.